Welcome back to the channel, my fellow Salem addicts. Peacock TV Spoilers is back, and today is a beautiful day to dive into some absolutely massive casting shakeups and storyline explosions coming to Days of Our Lives. We have an incredible week ahead, from June 29 to the 3rd of July, 2026, and the drama is reaching a boiling point. Jacob Martinez is officially stepping into the role of Javi Hernandez starting Tuesday, June 30. Now, we all know Calderon has been playing Javi Hernandez since 2024, but he has left the soap to join the primetime series Brilliant Minds on NBC. We wish Calderon the absolute best, but I am incredibly intrigued to see what Jacob Martinez brings to the table. Jacob Martinez is going to be thrown right into the deep end because Javi Hernandez is sharing heavy scenes with Leo Stark all week long. Let's be real for a second. I passionately loathe Leo Stark. The man is a walking hurricane of toxicity. Javi Hernandez is currently spiraling into this intense, highly toxic infatuation with Leo Stark, completely ignoring the desperate warnings from veteran Salem residents like J.J. Devereaux. If you ask me, this is a huge mistake, because Leo Stark destroys absolutely everyone he touches. Do we not remember the sheer psychological warfare Leo Stark waged against Sonny Kiriakis and Will Horton years ago? Leo Stark is a parasite who feeds on vulnerability, and Javi Hernandez is serving his heart up on a silver platter. I am terrified for Javi Hernandez, but I am also glued to my screen because the train wreck is going to be spectacular. But here's the kicker. Javi Hernandez is not just dealing with Leo Stark. Michael Ocampo is officially returning to Salem as Gus, the actual boyfriend of Javi Hernandez. Gus is back on canvas starting Tuesday, June 30 and Wednesday, July 1. Can you believe it? Gus is walking right back into town just as Javi Hernandez is falling under the sinister spell of Leo Stark. This is a classic Salem love triangle, but with a deeply manipulative twist. And you won't believe what happens next, because Gus is going to be crossing paths with Ariana Horton. Ariana Horton is already an absolute firecracker right now. Ariana Horton just brutally confronted her mother, Gabi Hernandez, over the secret bribe paid to Liam Saleko. Ariana Horton is furious, rebellious, and taking no prisoners. I personally believe Ariana Horton and Gus might team up. What if Ariana Horton helps Gus expose exactly what Leo Stark is up to? That would be television gold. Now, let us pivot to the dark and twisted world of the DiMera family. On Thursday, July 2, an actor named Michael Rose is making his debut as a brand new character named George O'Halloran. George O'Halloran is going to have a highly suspicious encounter with E.J. DiMera. Where does this encounter happen? On Smith Island. What on earth is E.J. DiMera doing on Smith Island? E.J. DiMera discovers something incredibly unusual out there, and my mind is racing with the possibilities. Smith Island has a massive, legendary history in Salem. Think back to all the iconic moments with Bo Brady and Hope Brady at the Smith Island cabin. But Smith Island is also notorious for being a dumping ground for hostages and dark secrets. Here is my hot take for the day, and I want you all to debate this in the comments. I completely support E.J. DiMera if he is using Smith Island to kidnap his own sister, Kristen DiMera. We know E.J. DiMera is out for absolute blood because Kristen DiMera ordered Sophia Choi to murder Johnny DiMera. E.J. DiMera is finally acting like the true, ruthless heir to Stefano DiMera. I think George O'Halloran is a mercenary or a guard hired by E.J. DiMera to hold Kristen DiMera captive on Smith Island. E.J. DiMera is playing a brilliant, vicious game of chess, and Kristen DiMera is about to face the ultimate checkmate. I love seeing E.J. DiMera embrace his dark side to protect his son. Speaking of the DiMera legacy, we have to talk about the absolute tragedy unfolding with Lexi Carver. Nikki Crawford is continuing her phenomenal run as Lexi Carver, and on Monday, June 29, she is sharing devastating scenes with Abe Carver and Dr. Wilhelm Rolf. Richard Wharton is back as Dr. Wilhelm Rolf, and he is having crucial, life-altering discussions with Lexi Carver and E.J. DiMera. My heart is completely shattered for Lexi Carver. We know that Dr. Wilhelm Rolf's Versavix super serum too is failing. The lab rats are dying of organ failure, and Lexi Carver is experiencing terrifying neurological symptoms. Lexi Carver originally died from a brain tumor caused by the toxic gases in the DiMera tunnels years ago. Now, she has been miraculously brought back, only to face the exact same grim fate because of Dr. Wilhelm Rolf's scientific arrogance. I passionately defend Lexi Carver. She is a queen who deserves a beautiful life with Abe Carver. I despise Dr. Wilhelm Rolf for playing God and giving Abe Carver false hope. Abe Carver is going to be completely destroyed. Abe Carver is already caught in this horrifically painful dynamic with Paulina Price, and now he is going to have to watch Lexi Carver slip away a second time. It is almost too cruel to watch, but Nikki Crawford is acting her heart out. Let us cleanse our emotional palate with something pure and wholesome. The children of Salem are getting some well-deserved spotlight. Alexander Elijah Bond and Autumn Gendron are getting more airtime as Thomas DiMera and Charlotte DiMera. On Tuesday, June 30, Chad DiMera is taking Thomas DiMera and Charlotte DiMera on a sweet family outing to visit Julie Williams at her bookstore. Chad DiMera is honestly the best man in Salem right now. While E.J. DiMera is plotting kidnappings and corporate takeovers, Chad DiMera is just trying to be a wonderful, grounded father to his children. Chad DiMera is honoring the beautiful memory of Abigail Devereaux every single day. But let us look a little deeper. Chad DiMera is currently working incredibly closely with Bell Black to decode the sinister mystery of Stefano DiMera's chessboard. They found that ancient Italian 1,000 lyre coin and the hidden key. What if Chad DiMera is not just taking the kids to the bookstore for fun? What if Chad DiMera is secretly visiting Julie Williams to look for an old historical book that might translate Stefano DiMera's final, twisted puzzle? Stefano DiMera never left anything to chance, and Julie Williams knows the history of Salem better than anyone alive. Finally, we wrap up this emotional roller coaster on Friday, July 3. Joseph Ehlenfeld and Jordan Perdue will be sharing the role of baby Trey as the Carver and Price families gather to celebrate Trey's very first birthday. This should be a joyous, beautiful milestone. But the underlying tension is going to be suffocating. Just think about the psychological weight pressing down on this birthday party. Paulina Price is going to be there, putting on a brave face while her heart is bleeding over her shattered marriage to Abe Carver. Abe Carver is going to be holding baby Trey, secretly terrified that Lexi Carver is dying right in front of him. And Chanel Dupree DiMera is going to be celebrating this precious new life while secretly battling an aggressive breast cancer diagnosis while pregnant with her own child. The juxtaposition of a baby's first birthday, surrounded by the looming shadows of death, disease, and heartbreak, is exactly why Days of Our Lives is the greatest soap opera on television. The emotional layers are just staggering. So, I have to ask you guys a massive question before we wrap up. Do you think E.J. DiMera is actually building a prison for Kristen DiMera on Smith Island? And who do you think George O'Halloran really is? Drop your wildest theories in the comments section down below because I read every single one of them. If you loved this deep dive, you have to smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications for Peacock TV spoilers. We are bringing you the absolute best, most detailed Salem analysis on the internet. Stay safe, trust no one with a DiMera last name, and I will see you all in the next video.